Hi boys and girls, today we're going to finish our story, but again, quickly let's review our word sort. Remember, two patterns, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, E. Short sound, long sound. I think you know these by now. Let's read them together one more time. Had, did, dog, hug, fish, lick, him. Okay? Our consonant, vowel, E words are long sounds. Read them together with me, please. Face, like, home, huge, bite, ice, and time. Okay, now let's move on for just a moment to our very last vocabulary word for this story. All right, our last vocabulary word that we're going to add to this story is character traits. Two words. We'll come back to it. Remember, lonely means you're all by yourself and you're kind of sad. Understanding means people get how you feel. Comfortable is when something makes you feel good, like a good, nice, soft chair. Distracted means you are not thinking about what you're supposed to be thinking about. Mudge got lost yesterday in our story because he was distracted. And then character traits. Okay, all of these words were adjectives. They were describing words. But character traits is a little bit different. Remember, the characters are the people in our story, and traits are things that describe them. And so it could be it could be adjectives that you see, like red hair, blue pants, brown dog, red collar, tall dog, slobbery dog. Could be stuff like that. But it could also be stuff that a reader has to figure out by thinking about what the author is saying. So I wanted to kind of talk to you about some character traits, some things that describe Henry and Mudge. All right. All right, so yesterday in our story, when Henry calmed down, we could tell that he's a thinker. And I bet he's gonna go try to find his dog. So I think that might make him brave. At the beginning of our story, he was lonely, right? We know that he really likes to make his dog feel comfortable, so we know that he is very caring. That's just a few words that we could use to describe Henry. Now, let's describe Mudge. Mudge is distractible, was able to get him lost, but he's kind of adventurous. He likes to go places by himself, right? When he realizes he's lost, he's sad. We also know that he is caring, because even though he's lost right now, he's done a good job trying to take care of his boy, right? Okay, so let's read the end of our story and see how this turned out. All right, today we're going to read the conclusion, and remember that's a big fancy word for ending, of Henry and Mudge, the first book, by Cynthia Ryland, illustrated by Susie Stevenson. So Henry walked and walked, and he called and called, and he looked and looked for his dog Mudge. He walked down one road, then down another road. The sun shone as Henry ran through a field, calling and calling. The birds flew past as he stood beside a stream, calling and calling. And the tears fell again as he looked at the empty pine trees for his lost dog. Mudge! He called one last time. and Mudge woke up from his lonely sleep. Then he came running. Every day when Henry woke up, he saw Mudge's big head. And every day when Mudge woke up, he saw Henry's small face. They ate breakfast at the same time. They ate supper at the same time. And when Henry was at school, Mudge would just lay around and waited. Mudge never went for a walk without Henry again. And Henry never worried that Mudge would leave. Because sometimes in their dreams, they saw long, silent roads, big, wide fields, deep streams, and pine trees. In those dreams, Mudge was alone and Henry was alone. So when Mudge woke up and he knew Henry was with him, he remembered the dream and stayed closer. And when Henry woke up and knew Mudge was with him, he remembered the dream and the looking and the calling and the fear. And he knew that he would never lose Mudge again. And that's the end of our story. And Henry and Mudge, they became fast friends, even though they're different. One's a dog, one's a boy. They have things that are in common. They both care a lot about each other. They love each other to pieces. But, Henry was our brave one who went looking. Mudge was kind of, in the end, kind of scared, right? Because he was all alone, which is kind of a reversal. Because remember, when Henry first got Mudge, he was afraid to walk to school by himself, and Mudge made him feel better. So they have things that are similar and things that are different. But at the end of the day, they're just really good friends. And I hope you enjoyed our special story about these two wonderful friends.